Welcome back, YouTube. My name is Kenny. Thank you for checking out my channel. Today's video is going to be all about the two Banshees that we have sitting right here in front of us. We're going to be doing a little bit of work to both of them to get one of the goals that I have for both builds accomplished. So basically in this video, what we're going to be doing is switching out the swing arms, and I'll tell you more in detail of exactly what that's going to be about. Once again, everyone, thank you for checking out this channel. I really appreciate it. If you wouldn't mind hitting that subscribe button, smashing that like button, maybe dropping a comment, it will greatly help out the YouTube algorithm. However, we have the two Yamaha Banshee sitting right here behind us. So we have the 92 over here and we have the 05 here. A lot of the parts, as you all know, for these things, everything's about interchangeable, just different color schemes. So I picked up the 92 first, and it's longer than what I wanted it to be. So I picked up another swing arm from the guy on the Facebook Banshee group, Banshee HQ, and we decided to do a swap. So basically he is going to take the extended swing arm and he is going to send me his OEM length OEM swing arm, and that part of the process has already been done, right? So I already have his swing arm in hand, and I'm going to show you what it looked like, how we powder coated it, and what it's going to be. And then once all that's done, we're going to get to disassembling the rear end of this and getting these all switched out. All right, overall, I think it looks really good sitting behind us. What you're seeing is two coats of color. I'm not sure if the camera will give this justice, but I think it looks really good. Especially from what it looked like before. Now we're just gonna let it cool down really good, get it down to like, I don't know, 100 something degrees to where it's still warm, and then we're gonna put a nice coat of clear on it and then bake it for I think 20 minutes at 375. So. I mean, it's amazing what some good powder coating can do to something. I'm not the best, I'm not perfect, but as I've been doing more and more, I've been getting better. But this is it. I mean, I think it looks great. So this is going to go in there. I am going to switch out the pivot bearings and whatnot. I usually just use my grinder or my Dremel and cut those out and take those out, but looks absolutely amazing. So if you're wondering why I have to go through all the different switches, is because the swing arm over here is longer. So we're going to put the stock length one on there, and the stock length one, this is also the color that the quad and the frame is going to go to. The stock length one over there is going to come off and go to the other guy. The axle, however, is extended and it's longer, and I want that in this machine. So basically I'm going to switch the swing arms, and then I'm going to switch both carrier bearings to the other sides so that this one is wider, this one is more narrow over there, and this one's back down to stock length. So we'll get this done, get some progress done, and hopefully be turning down the 05 soon enough to be able to get it off the powder and start ordering some parts for that 421 4mm stroker that we're going to be doing. All right, so the first thing we need to do is just go ahead and get down here, get this machine up in the air, see if that's gonna. So, back end's in the air, that's fine. All right, let's go and get this chain off. Throw it around until we find a master link. There we go. Master link there. I like O-ring chain, so guess no more riding until this is complete. Go ahead and get the brake caliper off her. Put my pivot in there, see if that's going to help me. So that's there. Just gonna go ahead and, a lot of times with these kind of things, it's better to just re-thread them in slightly or something so you don't lose them later. So that's it. Then we gotta take these off, gotta take the bottoms off, and be good to go. If I can guess, all this Yamaha stuff is 17 typically. Yeah, it wasn't too bad, but that bolt down there doesn't want to come out, so we're going to have to use a little persuasion, a little ghetto hammer with one claw, and we're going to use another, I think this is a grade 8 bolt. We're going to take off the wheel, peck that through, and then be good to go and get this carrier off here. Just hand tighten these on here, that's why there's a little wiggle in them. So we'll get those off. Just line that up there. All right, so that wasn't too bad getting off there. Right here, nice and straight. Not really going to do anything with it right now. What I'm going to do is do the exact same procedure on the other side. Not really going to talk you all through it, just go through it real quickly. And I'm going to put these up here and measure them to see how much longer the other one is, so I can know exactly how much wider this one is than stock, because I didn't get any details with this one. I'm guessing it's 4 inches wider, but we'll see here in a minute for sure. Contraption there to hold this on, however there was none on the bottom, but as the same, we're going to put this back in here even though we're not going to use it. I'm going to actually buy real hardware that's going to work for that. Now understand I'm not using the most accurate method of measuring these, but it's going to give me a good idea. So from the bottom, I want to say we're at about 32. It's about 34. Take the tires off and get an accurate look. This sucked. All right, here's a better representation. Just gonna set this right there. From top to top, it's 2 inches longer. So it's an inch longer per side. It looks like it's a good bit thicker. I'm not sure if it's adjustable because it looks like it has a spacer collar right here in this one. So this is going to go on the 05 and this is going to go on the 92. So we'll go ahead and get this one back onto this machine here. This is the one that came off the other Banshee. Pretty sure I'm going to replace all of this hardware at least. It's just not the best. Bigger one goes up top. Make sure you do it that way. So I think this was the more difficult way to get it off of the other quad. So let's actually switch that. Come through on this side. That way you only have to contend with a washer and a spacer over here, rather than trying to mess with getting it through that sprocket. And down here, the adjustment, so we're gonna see, but we're gonna clean up those bolts and stuff for sure. We're kind of out there if we're gonna replace it all or not, but I might. Depends on how it all cleans up. So it's a washer, go in there. Just like the other side, if you do it right, as you saw how much of a pain in the butt it was to get it off there. I'm not gonna tighten any of this down super crazy. This happens when you don't pay attention and you're talking. You don't put the other side on. Now understand, these tires here, these snow tires, are not what's going to be going on here. They're just going on this currently for now for the swap. I already have some bead locks ordered. All right, so the 05 Banshee, we have it absolutely finished. Sitting here, it's ready to ride. It has got all the money in it that we were going to do. Now, so we have it sitting behind us, and the big change that this has gotten today is the width in the rear end. So enough of my face, let's get to the Banshee. All right, so here we are sitting back here behind the machine. You know, that 1 inch on each side definitely does give it a lot more space. I don't know if maybe well, everything looks good. So it is wider in the rear than it is in the front right now. Obviously, that's the plan because these are the stock fronts that are on there. And it looks absolutely amazing. So we are going to do the same with the front. We already have the +2 front A-arms from Alba long travel. So we're going to be getting the suspension sent off here in a bit. The front tires, these tires will not be on here. As I stated, I already have the other tires and rims ordered. But yeah, it's going to come along nicely. So many parts off here is going to come off and go into the other machine. A-arms are going to come off and get repowder coated. Stock handlebars off and repowder coated. FMF is going to come off. It's going to get Cerakoted black, and it's going to give it that OEM look, but it's just going to have the aftermarket exhaust on it. That's all that's going to be on this other quad. But let's get the other quad finished up. All right, so this whole swing arm is going to be coming off, but just when I was back here, look at the play and the bushings here. So all that's going to be replaced. All the bushings I know I need in here. I'm actually going to send this spring here off, or send this rear shock off to get rebuilt. But right now we're just going to disassemble this, take the swing arm off, and get ready to get the other up there. Just the wrong bolt in there, that's all that is. So we got this here. We'll get the main bolt off to get this swing arm off. Now, if this wasn't a rookie mistake, I don't know what is. If you can't tell, these two swing arms are shorter. However, they're completely different. This is not a Banshee swing arm. So I spent all my sweet time and powder sanding and getting this one together for nothing. So basically, when you look at it, you line these two sides right here up. This one is about an inch longer. So line them up. This is about an inch longer. The mounting points for the shocks are different as well. So one's way down here by my elbow, and the other one's kind of up higher. So it looks like I reached back out to the guy who I was going to trade with. I asked him if he wanted this one back. He stated no. This is a swing arm from a 350 Warrior. So that's it. Stated that he got it in on a trade as well. Reached out to the guy and said it could have been from his Banshee or from his Warrior. So we're assuming this is one from the Warrior, because it's definitely not one for a Banshee. So that's it. I have my other Banshee sitting here with the rear end off, and I'm going to have to order a different setup to be able to get it down. But that might not be too bad. So what this is going to do is open up the possibility on this Banshee right here. This is my 05. So if I take the swing arm right here off, blast it the same silver as I did, and put it on the 92, I will then have a shortened 92. And then it'll give me the opportunity to then upgrade to the roundhouse style. I think I've seen those online for maybe in the $500 area, and that will give me a roundhouse stock length, swing arm, and a new carrier bearing. I was going to replace the bearings in these. Once you powder coat everything like this, you're going to have to replace the bearings anyway. So it was still going to cost me bearings for the front up here, and it was going to cost me bearings for the rear to be able to do it the stock style. So I might as well just put that money and invest in something that's going to be an upgrade. This Banshee is going to be built out as well, so I might as well go ahead and just cross all my T's and dot all my I's when I'm doing this. We're going to have the extended long travel here. We're going to have the stock length wider. Might as well do the carrier style bearing right here. So we're going to go ahead and get on the computer, order one of those, see what one of those are going to cost us once we can get it here shipped to the house. Then we're going to just pretty much put it up until we can get this thing stripped down and getting ready to get off the powder. Less videos about the 92, more videos about the 2005, and we're going to get one of them done at a time.